Black Knight, Curse of the Ebony Blade, issue number 5. We have another finale this week. So a bunch of great books at Marvel are ending this week. And man, was this cool. You know, I think through the middle there was a lot of interesting stuff at play, but I kind of got bugged down by a bunch of just the randomness of what was going on. But this issue brought it home in a really strong way and finished on a really high note. It was just really well done. We do learn that the listener app that Dane has been using since the beginning of the book was created by Mordred, and it was a way for him to spell his cast against all of humanity who was feeling pain and misery and despair, and he sees it manipulating the people who are talking through the app, and he's turning them into his evildoers, and we see the Avengers out to stop these people from being these monsters, but Mordred's attached to the serververse pretty much, and he's taking it all down with him, and all these people are his people, and he's taken down the world, he's building a new Camelot. It's all coming into light. Everything is working perfectly. He does see a certain audio file that he wants to hear, so he starts looking at this recording of Dane Whitman, because of course Dane was using the app, and this is the final confession of Dane Whitman as he's saying something here. And he's pretty much opens it up by saying, you know, I've met with a lot of people, and sometimes they don't help, sometimes they do, but there was this one time I was just in the ocean, and I was swept over by the current, and I was about to die. And as he's doing that, we see that Jax comes in and starts attacking Mordred. So we intercut the story of Dane Whitman here figuring out his truth and revealing the ultimate truth as Jax and Mordred are fighting. And we do see that she's wielding the Ebony Blade. Remember that as the story continues. So Dane is remembering this woman he met when they were younger. They were teenagers. They were very close friends because they thought nobody else loved them more than they loved each other. Her name is Ashima, and basically she got cancer this one time, and this was long after they were friends. They kind of departed ways at this point, but he was oh, I should probably be with her. He had this whole idea he's gonna actually propose to her, be with her, be happy there. But when it came time to actually go overseas and be with her, he didn't do it. He chickened out. He didn't go overseas, but he learned there were certain reasons about her that he still couldn't get out of his systems, and things that we'll talk about a bit here. But he's she was my best friend. She was the only person that I truly connected with, you know, and she said she understood my choices for not wanting to, you know, be with her forever. And we'd write all the time. We'd talk all the time. And then she died sooner after that than I wanted to, but I was still thinking about her when it could have been my final moments. And he's I don't think you've ever felt guilty, have you, Mordred? And that kind of catches him off guard. And it's this is Dane confessing he made a mistake, he did the wrong thing here, and he's trying to just confess it to me, confess it to everybody. And this catches him off guard because it's yeah, I'm not dead yet. This isn't a last recording, this is a live recording. You're hearing me saying these things, so I'm trying to tell you the truth. You spent so long obsessed with this one idea of who could wield the Ebony Blade, tracing down an entire bloodline and a lineage, but you are so simple-minded that you only focused on the male side of the lineage. You never even thought to look for the female side of the lineage, and this is catching him off guard again. And Dane kind of continues by I only found out a month ago, but you know, I thought who she was and what she did would kind of soften the blow, and I told her we could come visit, and basically said when Ashima died, she refused the radiotherapy because she was pregnant, and she was pregnant with my child, the daughter that I had, the daughter who is currently wielding the Ebony Blade. Jax is his daughter, and I'm okay, I didn't see this reveal coming. I just thought we wouldn't continue this lineage, but you know what? It makes sense. It's kind of a cool idea. This pisses Mordred off so much, and then he's okay, that's dumb. I don't understand what is happening here. So we see Jax goes full Black Knight, and it's looking so badass. And then suddenly from outside the room, we see Elsa Bloodstone returns. Finally, I've been waiting for her to return in this book. She throws something to Mordred, he picks it up, the whole thing blows up, and Jax and Elsa reunite. It's I thought you were just gonna go do something with your dad, and Elsa's who cares, let's just get you out of here, let's save the day and take this guy down. And we see Mordred's getting a little more crazy with his power, kind of regenerating himself, you don't understand what you're doing. And basically because of that blast, it gave Dane a moment where he could enter into Mordred's head and bring him to the wasteland. And I love the way that they choose to take down Mordred in this story. Basically, because we're dealing with magic and mysticism, there's an enchantment that he did put on the helmet and the crown. Who shall dead yet holds this treasure? The same thing that happened to Dane is what happened to Mordred. So in a sense, Mordred can be taken down by the one thing he thought would make him the strongest person in the world. So Dane uses exactly what Mordred did to make himself powerful, to take him down, and thus Dane is able to take control of the ebony crown. He like breaks through like the body of Mordred, exploding him from the outside, and it's just like, whoa, that's some intensive shit, dog. I love it so much. And we just see like Jax is about to kill him, but out comes Dane. It makes no sense. It's really weird. And he's wearing the crown. He's like, okay, that was weird. And we see Jax drops the sword and she leaves. And I'm like, that's a lot of interesting developments. I think it's very interesting stuff. Again, I just love this idea of Dane just confessing his biggest thing, and that being the thing that distracts everybody, so he's able to do it. Down on his luck, Dane Whitman, I think, is a really good character. And I love the portrayal of him in this book. And it's just like, this is what you can do when you let a character shine like this. To just have these great, powerful moments and do these amazing things. So we cut to a week later. Mordred is still defeated. Elsa's been like hanging out with Dane, and she's like, okay, so you think he's coming back? Oh, probably. He's like a monster, and he just always finds a way to take over the world, or he wants to, and we'll just see what happens there. But, you know, Dane's kind of like, I had this idea come to my head, you know, like I take all like the ebony weapons and the crowns and everything, and I melt it down, and I hammer it down into like this plate, and it's going to be like really cool. And we see that Elsa's like, what are you doing? And we see that Dane made this thing he's calling the Ebony Siege, which is a really shitty chair. And Elsa's like, that's a really bad chair. You're just going to sit in it and see stuff? Like, you can't build anything. This sucks. But she's like, you know what? I got my own stuff to deal with. I'll probably see you in the sequel book if we get one. So I'm out of here. Good luck on your chair. As Dane's sitting in, he's starting to like see all and know all from like different times and different worlds and everything. Very interesting stuff. Truths and lies and of the past and the future and all this stuff. It's very fascinating and very cool. So we see Elsa takes off. He's kind of like he's trying to get Elsa to stay, but she just leaves. And we see Jax comes back in and she's like, all right, what is wrong with you? But I've made a decision. I've made a decision on what I'm going to do here. And Dane's just like, oh, cool. You know, if you want, you can call me dad and all that stuff. And he's just like, I like you, but if you like don't want to form a relationship with me, I'm not going to hold it against you. Like, we're both pretty damaged people, and that could probably be a very toxic relationship for a father and daughter combination. But she kind of just goes, okay, well, look, this is a lot to process, and we've had a lot of interesting moments happen here. But I don't think leaving is the right choice. So I have a solution I think we'll both be happy with. And basically her solution is we're going to share the burden of being the Black Knight. And we just see that she has her own suit of armor now, not like the crazy roided up version that she used to fight Mordred. It's just a new version of Dane's armor. And basically he's like, okay, you're going to be like my squire? It's like, no, I'm just going to be the other Black Knight. Like, there's Hawkeyes, there's Wolverines. Now there's more than one Black Knight. Shut up about it, Dane. I think it's kind of cool. So the book ends, the two of them sitting by a fireplace, and we just see two broken people, two Black Knights, and they're one hero. I think that is cool. And they get kind of a new faceplate on the helmets. It looks very interesting. Very cool stuff. That's a fun way to end this book. It's just so exciting to see Black Knight have a moment like this to shine. You know, I've said it since day one. The character sucks. He's not a cool character. But when you get somebody who's genuinely interested in writing him like Cy Spurrier, and you get this amazing artist on this book, you get something very special here. You know, it just looks so fun and creative, and it goes bonkers right off the bat. And I think that's something really fun, and we should explore more opportunities in our comic books and just go to these routes with Marvel sometimes. Like, we got Camelot in here. Have fun with it. Do some crazy stuff, and it proves that it can work. So, two broken heroes, two broken people in this family. I think it's very fun stuff. And this is the tale of the Black Knight. I think it works immensely. Dane Whitman, finally, for the first time in his entire conception, has purpose and is kind of cool. That's really fun. I enjoy that. So, Black Knight, Curse of the Ebony Blade, issue number 5. I am going to give a 9 out of 10. Now, thank you guys for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.